Hi, this is Jason from Effective Dashboards, helping maintenance and reliability professionals get the most out of Power BI. So welcome back to another video. This video we're going to be talking about the slicer visual. So this is the second video in a two-part series looking at the slicer visual, and in this one I'm going to be talking about synchronizing slicers between pages. So just to quickly show you what I mean, we've got this work criticality slicer here and it's currently got environment selected. Now if I choose safety and then I move to another page here, we can see that safety is selected here. If I change it back to environment, we can see that environment's been selected here. So it just allows us to synchronize visuals across pages in a Power BI report. Okay, so let's get started. So we've got this report here. It's nothing special. I've just thrown it together so that we've got some data to interact with and to filter. And we can see at the side here we've got these slicers. So I'll leave a link below to the first video that goes into a little bit more depth about setting up slicers. But for this one here we're going to be talking about synchronizing this work criticality slicer across these other two tabs here. So we've got our backlog work orders here. So this is a view of our outstanding work, or work that's past its target finish date, so it's backlog work. So we've got a number of work orders, we've got the hours, and we've got a matrix here that allows us to see the discipline and the department where the work resides. And then if we go to the next page, we've got our scheduled work orders. So this is kind of showing you how much work is scheduled for each week, and looking forward in time, or looking backwards in time about how much work was scheduled. So this is all about planned work or scheduled work. And then finally we've got a view of all the open work orders. So just a few pages I've thrown together there. And we want to be able to synchronize the work criticality slicer so that once I select this slicer on the first page, it also filters the scheduled work orders and the all open work orders by whichever value we've selected. So it's really straightforward really to do this, and Power BI actually prompts you when you copy and paste a slicer. So if I just go to copy, I've selected this slicer here, and then I go to the other page here and I'm just going to go and paste it. So it's going to paste it in the same location as the other one, so I can move that if I need to, but we can see here this box here is asking us, do we want to synchronize this visual? So one or more of these copied visuals can stay in sync with the visual it was copied from. Do you want to keep it in sync? And all you need to press is yes. Okay, so reposition this, and if I change this to routine work, we can see it's filtered this work here, and if I go back to the original, it's now filtered that on routine work as well. So you get prompted to do it, so it's something that's quite easy to do. But what is actually happening here? Well, if we go up to this view and we go to the button here, which is to synchronize slicers, there's actually a pane at the side here that allows you to see and to customize which slicers are synchronized. So let's go in and we will select this slicer here, and we can see here we've got the pages, and we've got each of these pages highlighted if it contains the slicer. Okay, so we've got our backlog page and we've got our schedule page. Okay, and you can actually flick between the two of them so you can actually see where it is. There's two options next to this. The first one is to synchronize them, or to choose to synchronize them or not to synchronize them. So what I can do is if I turn this off, now it's turned on because we copied and pasted the two slicers, or one slicer from one page to another, and we requested that the synchronization was switched on. So that's why it's been switched on here, but we can switch it off. Now because that's now switched off, if I go and choose and turn this to production, we'll see here that this is still routine. Okay, so I've switched off the synchronization. So if I click on here, we can go and we can see this synchronization pane has now been populated, and we can switch it back on again here. Okay, so that's the first option. The next option we've got is if we want to see it or if we don't want to see it. So what I can do is if I go into this all open work orders, and I'm going to go and copy this, and I'm going to paste it in here. Okay, and I'm going to just say yes, synchronize it, so it's going to tick this box automatically. Now it may well be that you want this page to be synchronized, but you may not have enough real estate to actually display this this slicer here. Okay, now it comes with a little bit of a health warning, because it does actually mean that you may be filtering something on one page with a slicer on another page, and it may confuse people as to what's actually going on. But I'm going to show you the option anyway, so you know it's available if you need it. And like I say, normally if real estate is quite limited and you don't have a lot of space, then this could be an option for that. So what you can do here is you can click this checkbox here, and it's going to hide this slicer here. However, when we go back in here and filter by safety, we go in here, this is going to be filtered by safety. Now you can see that the safety criticality filter is applied if you hover above the visualization and go to this each of the visualizations and just go into this like filter icon. You can see it's applied there. Okay, so it's not completely blind, but it's just not obvious because it's not on this screen. Okay, so that is the option you've got to go and synchronize this across all of the different pages. So the next option we've got is if you want to synchronize something and also at the same time add it to each of the pages. Okay, we copied and pasted it between the pages. So if we take this scheduled start date and I just move it up to here, and I'll just kind of quickly format this. Okay, so we've now got a slicer here, and we've kind of tucked it away into the into this header here. And it may be that we want this date, the scheduled start date, to also be synchronized across all the pages. Okay, now we can see as it is just now, it's not on here, and well, it is on here, but let's delete it from here, and we can imagine it's not on here. So let's go back to this page again. Let's select this, and I'm going to press this button at the top here that says add and sync with all pages. So I press that, we can see that it's been synchronized with all pages, and if I go back to the previous pages, we can see that it's added it in exactly the same location on each of the pages, and it's also synchronized it as well. So if I change this here to be even just a day before, so it's the end of March or May, and we move back here, we can see it's been synchronized to all of the pages. So a couple of options there. One is to add it automatically if you don't already have it on a page, which can be quite useful if you want to go and add, for example, a date to the header and you want it just to be in the same place for every page. And the second one is to add something and then you customize it yourself using these buttons here. Okay, so synchronizing visuals across pages, a really useful bit of functionality, particularly if you've got a scenario like I had here where you want to make sure that if you select a filter on one page or the slice on one page, it cascades to all of the other pages that you select or you choose. So if you like this video and you found it useful, then it would be appreciated if you could give it a thumbs up. And also, if you want to keep up to date, if you're finding this for the first time and want to keep up to date with the latest releases, I tend to release a video every week, then if you could hit the subscribe button, and that'll send you a notification whenever I release some new content. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.